Hello, I'm Robert Madrano, owner of Peach Hill Soils. Welcome to our video series. Today I want to talk about preparing our existing lawns for the summer heat. There's no other plant on this earth that requires more water, more maintenance, and more feeding than our lawns. We love our lawns, but I'd like to talk to you today about minimizing all the maintenance so that we can enjoy our lawn and we're not watering it every day. So before we broadcast our organic compost on our lawn, we're going to want to use our lawn mowers and cut your grass a little lower than normal because you're not going to cut the grass for at least 2 weeks after you broadcast the compost. Once you've cut the grass pretty low, you'll then take this organic compost and broadcast it by hand. Try to cover every square foot of the lawn as best you can, and you're going to want to cover it at about a 1/4 inch. So after each broadcast, move up about a foot or so, and just continue to broadcast it over the top. And as you see, it's not perfect, but it is covering just about all of the lawn. What this is going to do is this is going to penetrate down to the root system and act as a mulch. What that mulch is going to do, this compost is going to do, is you're going to be using less water. You can cut out any kind of chemical fertilization program, and the grass is going to respond in about 2 to 3 weeks. So after you broadcast it, I recommend you water it in so the weight of the water will push it down to the root system where it's going to do its most work. And you're going to want to wait at least 2 weeks before you mow it. Give it a chance to penetrate into the root system. So what you're doing is you're putting a blanket of protection in the roots of the grass. Now that we've spread our compost over the grass area, we can now cut our timers back by 35% on water use. That's how much it's going to save for you. And I recommend you do this at least twice a year, and usually in the late spring, early summertime, because that's where a lot of the water is going to be evaporated, and that's where the grass demands more water use. As you see in this area, we've incorporated a couple of different materials to minimize the square footage of the lawn. I love having a lawn. It's good for the dogs, it's great for the kids, and it just beautifies your landscape. Gives you a really nice area to play in or to sit around in. As you see here, I reduced the square footage of lawn and I incorporated some fruit trees with some walk-on bark underneath the fruit trees, again, to minimize the water use. And then in front of that, I incorporated about a 6-foot width DG path for a walking trail for kids to ride their bikes on and such. And then over here, you're going to see where I incorporated a focal point with rock and some lawn art, and then a rim of DG around that. So these are a few things you could do to still keep your lawn, but minimize the square footage of your lawn and minimize the watering, the maintenance, and the chemical use on it. And I think you'll still be able to enjoy your lawn area, but just with a couple of creative ideas, you can cut down on your water use. I'd also like to let you know that by spreading this compost, you're going to want to stay off it for a few days while you water it in, just to make sure that it penetrates the lawn area. Be sure to also, when you install the compost or broadcast the compost, water that in so it settles down real well. And if you have any questions, remember, we created a group, a neighborhood group on Facebook, where we could talk about success stories, questions, tips that you may have, other ideas that we could share with our neighbors. Again, I really appreciate you joining us.